knowing Biggie for the time that I have in the house, witnessing things off camera, I had 4 witnesses. I would have to say
Hey guys, welcome back to another exclusive interview brought to you by Formation Productions and Mo Visuals. I'm your host, Maher Ahmed, and tonight we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different. We're having our first interview with one of the cast members from One Mo Chance Season 2, Meeko Taylor, aka Dottie. Meeko, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing better. I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. I was actually hoping for a better response. What's going on? I hope everything's okay on your end.
Oh no, everything's great on my end. I am just finally seeing the episode from Sunday night, and I have my feelings about it.
Okay. Well, we are definitely gonna get into everything. I want to make sure that you get everything off your chest, but we gotta start from the beginning. So we're gonna go back, okay?
Okay.
So, I wanted to know, how did you first become familiar with Chance? And did you watch I Love New York or Real Chance of Love prior? And if so, what was your opinion on him during his VH1 days?
So, I used to be a really, really big fan of reality TV. So it all started with Flavor of Love, right?
Hmm.
So I watched all seasons of Flavor of Love, Love New York on there, and then she had her show with the two brothers, Real and Chance. Rest in abundance of love, Real, because I loved them both on TV. I love Real and Chance, but Chance was more of my type because he was like, the thugged out bad boy. Like I I have a problem for wanting, the hood niggas.
Yeah.
So I remember me and my sisters too used to kind of argue over him, like, no, Chance, that's my boo. That's my boo. I've been well familiar with him. I know he did a lot of other reality TV shows like I Love Money, and I think he did a few others. I didn't keep up with all of the shows that they had because at one point the reality TV was just like off the chain. Like they had all kind of shows. I can keep up with all of them. But
That was the best era for reality TV.
Right. Yes, too many of them. Yeah. So that's how I first got familiar. I was a big fan. I was in high school back then. It was like sophomore, junior, senior year in high school. So it actually was really, really dope that I got this opportunity to not only meet him, but actually have a chance.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Right.
It's been like over 10 years since the show Real Chance of Love. Do you recall or remember anybody that may have been your favorites or standouts while watching that show?
One of the girls that do stand out, her name was So Hood from I think it was season 1. She actually landed a spot on Love and Hip Hop a few years back too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was funny. But I just remember her because I remember her name, and I always remember like that would have been me. I would have been the So Hood. I feel like he probably would have named me that if there wasn't already a So Hood.
Yeah, I wish I saw that. But I like recently stopped watching Love and Hip Hop because I feel like it got too scripted. I used to love that show, but then it became too much.
And
It
it's
was
so
like
cliche, right? It's like
right.
predictable. You already know what's gonna happen. Like
Exactly.
Okay, this girl's fucking on this producer that has this man, and now they're gonna fight. Like
Yeah.
You know exactly what's gonna happen. I stopped watching after Cardi B, to be honest.
So I think shortly after her, I stopped watching. Probably when like Dream Doll was on there. That I think was the last one.
Oh, that's when I stopped watching it too, because I just felt like that's when I felt like, okay, this is just too much now, too scripted.
Yeah. Party was back when I was like religiously watching it.
Oh yeah, you know what? I actually wasn't even watching it when Cardi B. The only reason I started watching it again was because I seen that Cardi B was on there. I was already a fan of Cardi B from online. She was like an Instagram. She was Instagram famous, and she used to make like little funny stripper memes and stuff. And we used to share her posts and stuff. And so when I seen her on there, I was just so happy that she was on there. Like it's like I really seen somebody like really grind their way to the top, and then now look at her.
And it feels like she was one of the only few people that kept it real on that show.
Man, she was. And then that's the thing too. It's like I knew like that was really her personality because I remember watching her from Instagram. And then just to watch her blossom now today, it's very inspiring, especially because I'm an artist myself too. So
Yeah, it shows that anybody can do it.
exactly.
So what were your thoughts when you heard that Zeus was giving Chance his own dating show? And I wanted to know if you, by any chance, tried to audition for season 1.
I actually did an audition for season 1. I didn't even know about season 1 until it was like already almost over or something like that. Like I think the reunion, I think something on the reunion went viral, and it was on the Shade Room or something I seen about it. And I remember calling my mom, because my mom is the reality TV junkie. Like she watches every reality TV show ever. Like I was telling her, I was like, I didn't even know the city Potomac existed until you started watching Real Housewives of Potomac. Like, like, so I told my mom, I was like, did you know that Chance had a show? Like, because that used to be our shit back in the day. That used to be my vice. When I was in high school, I was always on Punishment and Grounded. So I was in the house watching TV. And me and my mom would, watch Flavor of Love together. I still literally still say, I'm a big movie head and stuff. And so we quote movies and we quote our favorite lines on stuff. And low key, there's a line from I Love New York, that mixer that Chance said. He used to go by Famous back in the day before he became Chance. When they were Stallioniers, his artist name was Famous. And I'll never forget when New York Mama blew smoke in his face and he was pissed. He was like, don't nobody blow smoke in Famous face. So yeah, me and my mom, we always be saying that, especially because she's, I smoke and I like actually blow the bleed her way. So don't put smoke in Famous face.
Hey, at least your mama let you watch TV while being grounded. My parents used to rip the cables out.
See, my mom, she like tried to be hard, but then she tried to be cool too. Like she didn't want me to hate her all the way. Like, so she still let me watch TV.
It seems like you guys got a good bond going on. You guys got more of like even though she's your mother and knows how to be a mother, she's also, seems like you guys got a good friendship going on too.
We do. Now that, I'm an adult and I'm a mother myself too, so yeah, we definitely do have a pretty good bond. I mean, we can get into it and, just like any mother daughter, I get on her nerves and she get on mine, but yeah, no, they were pretty solid.
Did you watch, I know you said that you didn't know that the first season was going on until the end, but did you eventually end up watching season 1?
I did end up watching it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch TV. As you can see, like there's no TVs on in my house. I don't really watch TV. I watch a lot of documentaries and stuff like that. I'm very I try to be very mindful of what I put into my head. You know what I mean? Like even when I go to sleep, I don't like TVs on when I go to sleep, that's very important. So I had stopped, especially with reality TV as well, because there's like a lot of drama, you know what I mean? And so I noticed back, so I stopped watching TV, long story short. So I didn't really watch it until we got casted for season 2. I wanted to go back and do my research and see, what I was getting myself into.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was quite entertaining, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I didn't watch it prior to. My mom did though.
What did you think about the show? Like, did you have any favorites? Did anybody stand out to you in particular?
From season 1?
Yes.
Okay. So just keep this in mind that I'm speaking as if it was in the now. Like, so this is Meeko. I have not started filming with Zeus yet or anything. Mm-hmm. So as I'm watching the show, I did have a couple of favorites. Now, when I first, like the first day, like when they're first coming in, like I thought Yummy was really cute. I was like, okay, she's cute. You know what I mean? I was like, this is a different bunch of girls. You know what I mean? Like I thought there would be like more cuter girls. But everybody had their own unique looks. I liked Yodela because at the time she seemed like real, and she's, from LA, and she seemed like, like she's with hood and with the shits with me, like I am, you know what I mean? And then I love Rolly because she was just pure entertainment. Like I love how she keeps it real. And she low-key remind me of my mama, like my mama was younger, you know what I mean? Like, and then after meeting Rolly, finding out that her family is from the same area my family's from, down south, our roots are from Monroe, Louisiana. So I'm like, okay, it makes sense why, we click, we you know, end up getting along really well because she has Southern roots like we do. But and then I'm not gonna lie, I like Mangina too. He was funny. He was entertaining.
He brought all the heat.
Yeah, he did. He was just really funny. He's just really funny. I have a lot of like gay friends, and they're like, I have like flamboyant gay friends that are kind of out there.
Those are the
And it's
best
really
ones.
fun. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like sometimes they can be a little too much, but then sometimes it's like really funny and it's just always a good time. You know what I mean? So so I did like Mangina, but it's really, really different when you're watching something on TV and then when you're the one
Experiencing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Because
Yeah, I'm sure it's
asking
completely
some of these
different.
questions now, right? We talk about it in the now. I'll tell you my opinion.
Okay, so you already told me that you wanted to, you had a crush on Chance. So
Yeah.
clearly, once you saw the opportunity, you applied for the show. So talk to me about the audition process. How did you find out that they were casting? And what was the entire process like? When did you get picked? How did all that go?
Well, my mom told me that they were casting. I
Okay.
didn't know. I told you I don't watch TV and I wasn't following the network at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have knew that they were I wouldn't have knew that they were casting if it wasn't for my mom because she, keeps up with stuff like that. And so she texts me a picture of the casting call information and she's like, girl, they're casting for season 2 and I fit the age requirements. I'm about to apply. And I'm like,
Yes, mom.
okay, but I'm gonna apply because that was my man from back in the day. Like, what did you know what I mean? So it's like, so then it became like a competition of who they was gonna pick. Were they gonna pick my mama or were they gonna pick me? You know what I mean? And they ended up picking both of us.
So I know your mom watches more TV, and I know that you said you didn't, and that's why I was like, because usually having a background in a little bit of TV and entertainment, I know that they post like castings online and on social media. Did she find out like from Chance's Instagram or something, or?
Yeah, she
Okay.
follows Chance on Instagram.
Okay.
And that's how she found out because he had posted a casting thing.
Gotcha.
And then and like I've done some acting, scripted acting, I've done audience work and stuff like that. So I know how, everything works, but they didn't go through like a casting company or there wasn't like a commercial or an ad that popped up or something like that. Because I just strictly knew through word of mouth.
It seems like Zeus gets the ball rolling like really quickly. Like once they get people auditioning, or at least from what I understand from talking to a few people that have been a part of Zeus, once people start auditioning, like they will pick them within the next like month or so and start filming. Was it
It was
that
really
quick?
quick. It was really quick. Yeah, my mom, it's so crazy because when my mom sent in her audition tape, she didn't even think it went through. And she was actually mad at me because I wouldn't help her with it. I just didn't feel like driving over there after work, like to be honest. And she was mad that I wouldn't help her with it. And then when they called her, it was like a week or two later. And then after they called her, I got the call the next day. And then like 2 weeks after that, we're signing contracts and filming. So yeah.
Did you not want to help your mom out with the tape because you're like, nah, I can't help you get my man?
Lady like that.
A little petty.
No, that's not why I didn't want to help her. I didn't feel I had intentions on going over there. I sell insurance. Okay. So like I get off work and that's just, it can be mentally draining. I don't want to deal with nothing. And then I got to fight with 40 minutes worth of LA traffic, 3 freeways, sometimes 4.
So you're already stressed out. You got too much on you.
Yeah, don't nobody want to stop there real quick. Like, I just want to go home and take the clothes off and get to bed.
Right. All right.
So, yeah.
So during our interview with the ladies from Jocelyn's Cabaret, we learned that a lot of the girls from the show had a couple of days of getting to know each other in hotels prior to filming. Did you guys have the same experience? And if so, who stood out to you in a good way or bad way from the cast of season 2?
Okay. So no, unfortunately, I didn't get that experience because I'm a local.
Okay.
So I live here in LA. So I've met I met Brown Sugar and I met Yodela the day of our COVID test, which was the day before our photo shoot. So we went to the headquarters to take our COVID test. And that's where I met Brown Sugar. And I connected with her because she told us she was from Vallejo. And Vallejo is up north in the Bay Area. I went to high school out there. A lot of my best friends are from there. So that's how we connected on that level. I'm like, I love the Bay. That's my second home. I actually like people from the Bay better than I do LA. Like if they ain't from the hood, and even still, some of us from the hood don't even be real. Like, you know what I mean? Like they just be on this like fake Hollywood type, you know what I mean? And I just don't like it. And it's like a different vibe in the Bay. So I knew like instantly, like I would fuck with Brown Sugar because she's from the Bay. And then we met Yodela. Now I didn't really notice Yodela when she walked in because she looked different. Her body was different. She had a faja on. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I'm gonna go ahead and just say this. She had a faja on. And anybody knows what a faja is, that means you just got some work done to your body. So she had a faja on and this fucking raggedy wig looking thing. Oh, and right. I didn't notice her. I mean, I didn't recognize her. Like she didn't look the same. Like everybody can agree that she didn't look the same, right? Okay, so I'm not talking shit. Anyway, she didn't look the same. So I didn't recognize her. So I went outside to my car or something. I had to get something on my car. And then when I got back, my mom told me that was Yodela. And I guess she was talking to her or whatever. But my mom, she will auntie the fuck out of a person. Like, and what I mean by that is like, she got this big demeanor and like, you know, loud voice and like, like even her facial expressions can be intimidating sometimes. Like, she's like, I made Yodela talk to me. Like, you know what I mean? Because she did walk in like you would have thought she was Solange Knowles or something, the way she walked in. She didn't speak to nobody. Yeah. But when I went to the car and came back, my mom told me, oh, that was Yodela. And she's coming back for season 2. And I was like, oh, you know, cool. And then I do remember there was one time where I was by her and we chopped it up for a quick second. And she did tell me like, you know, that's cool. You and your mom are both on here. That's dope. So, you know, I mean, I thought she would be cool. And then even at the photo shoot, because they had us kind of separated. Well, they didn't really have us separated. We were just separated because the girls that stayed that weren't local, they stayed at the hotel the night before, so they kind of already, and then they rolled over to the studio where we were shooting. Oh, so they kind of bonded. Yeah, so they were downstairs and it was me, my mom. Yeah, it was pretty much all the locals. So because like Stormy was up there and Smiles was up there too. So yeah, it was me, my mom, Brown Sugar, Yodela, Stormy, and Smiles. We were upstairs in Chance's dressing room. And all the other girls were kind of downstairs where they were filming and shooting at. And me and Yodela had a conversation and I was like talking to her about stuff because I was like letting her know, like, you know, it's my first time doing reality TV. I've done acting and film and extra work, audience work, stuff like that. But I don't know. So I'm like asking her questions like, how much of it is real? How much is it not? I asked her if her Rolly beef was real. She said yes. She said it was on site. She did. I can't make that shit up. She really said that shit. But you know what I mean? So everything was all good. You know what I mean? Like we didn't bond, but we didn't have like a problem. It wasn't like weirdness. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then like they eventually made us all leave because that was Chance's dressing room. So we had to go downstairs once Chance got there to, you know, get ready and stuff. And so that's when we got down there. And then I met the rest of the girls and Broly stood out to me, of course, because I knew who she was, but she was just so sweet and humble and just welcoming. And she's, hi, beautiful, everybody. You know what I mean? So that's why I just instantly loved Broly, just how welcoming she was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, of course. Yeah. She was just so welcoming and just friendly, you know, just nice to everybody. And you may have not expected that at first because you might think that since she's coming in from season 1, she might have like this big blown up head and be like, oh, I'm above all you bitches. And then when she's nice and welcoming, then you're like, oh shit. Yeah, no, she's very dope. Yeah. Yeah. So that was that. That was about it. Okay. And although you got along with Rolly and, you know, you didn't really have the best first impressions of Yodela, with that being put aside, thinking back to it, when you heard that they were both coming back from season 1 to season 2, did you think that they deserved that spot? Or did you think that maybe someone else from season 1 should have replaced them? So do you want me to be like completely honest here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know how this shit works. I
Mhm.
knew exactly why they were coming back.
Yeah.
And that was that.
Yeah. I mean, they're two of the most entertaining people from season one.
Yeah,
Production knows what they're
they came
doing.
back for content
Oh yeah, of course. Production knows
for
exactly what they're doing.
situations to be created. Yeah. So no, I think they did a perfect job. I feel like it was a lot of girls. It was like 16, 17 of us or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so no,
Yeah, it's a lot. I still haven't remembered everybody's names, so I got like a list up.
I barely remember everybody's names, and I was there. There was a lot of them.
How'd you feel when Chance made his entrance? You know, he made his entrance on the horse. What was going through your mind? Because that was the first time that you saw him in person, I assume.
Technically, no.
Oh.
The first time I saw him in person is when I went to go sign my contract. I was blocking his car in. No, he was blocking my car in. And remember when I walked downstairs, I told you I had to walk down. That's when I met him for the first time.
Okay.
And I don't even think he knew I was a contestant because like he was kind of like,
funny.
Yeah, because he's like Loki. He knew I wasn't about to move my car, but he just wanted.
Did you exchange any words?
Yeah, and then when he seen, I'm part of like the cast or whatever, it's just different. But yeah, but no, I met him. I met him the day I was going to see my sign my contract, do my COVID test and stuff. But when I did see them walk, galloping on the horse, I'm just like, this nigga
extra.
Hella extra. But you know what? I'm hella extra too. So yeah. I wouldn't have any other way.
You gotta do it for the show too.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So pretty quickly, Chance starts, cracking his jokes, calling girls Ness, Joanna Hill, and catfishes, despite everybody potentially being there to build a relationship with him. Did that rub you the wrong way, or did you just think it was all for jokes and his personality and he's funny?
I'm a comedian, so I used to do little comedy skits back in the day before they were really popping. I was kind of ahead of my time, so no. And then I come from an era where that shit is just regular. We clown each other on a regular. So it's like, and yeah, and it's like, do you guys not know who this man is? He's been this way since he first hit the scene on TV. Like, you got to come in here with some tough skin, like like. You got to be able to take a joke. Like,
yeah,
this wasn't the show for you if you can't take a joke.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you had that mindset because, like you said, I mean, some people take it personally. And
I clown myself. Okay. That's why I told you. I was like, hey, I just got home in 15 minutes because I was looking like I was about to get ready to hit the downtown Federal. Okay. This wig. You know that my wig was looking like downtown Federal wig. Like I was about to go hit a link. Yes, the baby hairs was lifting and stuff. So I'm just saying, I clown on myself all day long. Like,
well, 15 minutes. You did a good job in 15 minutes.
Thank you.
I was expecting like a 2-hour wait.
To figure that shit real quick.
All right. So Chance ends up telling you guys to go and find your rooms. What was your impression on the house compared to the season 1 house?
It's like, okay, they got little dollars now, we made a little couple change from last season because they had them in like Burbank somewhere. I know the city. I was born and raised here, so like I knew. I'm like, they in like Studio City, Burbank. Not even Studio City. That's a little nicer. They was like in Burbank. So I was like, they got us a little nicer. We in the hills now, a little mansion. I'm not even gonna lie, I Zillowed the house before we moved in. When they gave me the address, I looked it up on Zillow.
That's smart. So you saw everything.
I love real estate. Like I'm like into buying properties and stuff like that. And one of my ultimate goals with my music is to buy my grandma's house back. We just me and my brothers, we just got like some land, like half an acre and a little fixer up for property out like it's out going towards Arizona. Like it's like farm. We're gonna put a farm there. Like what I mean? Like
sounds awesome.
Yeah, so I love shit like that. So when I was like, let me see what this house looking like, it was like 4 point something million, and it was like really nice, and you know what I mean. Like, so I don't know. I'm into all that type of shit. Like,
did you notice anything about the house? Because you said you used to watch TV a lot back in the day. I don't know if you watched Bad Girls Club, but it's the same house that season 2 was filmed in.
Oh, see, I didn't watch season 2 of Bad Girls Club. Oh, really?
It was Tanisha's season. Yeah, it's the same house.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch Bad Girls Club until Natalie's season.
Okay, so I think season 4.
Well, no, I watched season 1 too. My mom put me.
Batgirls
Season 1,
Club?
that was the best one with Ripsy and Ty.
Yeah.
Oh my God, when Ripsy was drunk doing yoga, I'll never forget that.
Oh, everyone still says Ty is the best fighter out of all
She
the
is. That
seasons.
was the best fight. It was.
Mhm.
I remember watching that fight. But yeah, I remember Bad Girls Club season 1. I watched a few episodes, but I watched Natalie's season, and I didn't even watch Natalie the whole season of it. I just remember people talking about it at school, and she was saying the I run LA quote, and I was living in the Bay at the time, so I'm like big rep in LA because I'm in
Natalie Nunn.
girl, because everybody in the Bay, they know Natalie's from the Bay, and they were talking about she runs LA. They was kind of saying she perpetrated it, so that's why I went to go watch it. I'm like, hold on, how's she from the Bay in LA? Talking about she run LA, like, you know what I mean? Because the Bay is kind of small, so everybody kind of knows everybody out there. So they knew her instantly, and they people was talking about her like being kind of fraudulent with that whole I run LA line.
People are starting to say that Zeus's shows, One More Chance, Johnson's Cabaret is turning into Bad Girls Club because y'all be getting into it a lot. I feel like on these seasons, there's more fights than there are in the season of Bad Girls Club.
I would say the same thing. And it's like, it's crazy because it's like, I didn't even come in there for all of that. And I don't think anybody did. Like, I had planned to have fun. You know what I mean? Get to know Chance. I wasn't coming in there trying to fight people and,
Yeah, it's almost inevitable though. Like when you have that many people in a house with different personalities, I feel like once the drinks start flowing, it's gonna happen. Not everybody's gonna get along with each other, and personalities are gonna clash, and you guys are all gonna, because it starts early on. It started when stuff popped off between Stormy and Khadijah and Dominique. So I wanted to ask, did you know about any beef that may have been stirring that you were aware of between them, or did that just come out of nowhere?
You know what? I wasn't around them in that scene, and we had just met each other. Like, we barely knew each other's names. It's so weird, right? We barely knew each other's names. And so my girl Brown Sugar, right? So like, she's telling me about what happened, but I'm not putting the 2 and 2 together, like who she's talking about, because I was cool with Stormy at first because, if you could tell, when we first moved in, there wasn't enough room for everybody.
That happened.
So a lot of us were just, getting ready in just random rooms, sharing, you know what I mean? And so Stormy used to get ready with me and my mom sometimes, you know what I mean? And she seemed really cool and nice and, humble. She was walking around talking about her contract all the time, she wasn't supposed to be doing that, you know what I mean? But for the most part, she seemed pretty cool. But I didn't get put 2 and 2 together because Brown Sugar told me that somebody was like making fun of her lace front and like talking about bitches with lace fronts and stuff like that. I'm like, I didn't think that it was her, you know what I mean? Because I would have said something right then and there, like, girl, you've been getting ready with me. I've seen your lace front too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, remember in the episode where I was like, that ain't even her real hair? It's because it's like, girl, don't sit up here and try and clown everybody for wearing her lace front and you have one on too, just because your wig is a different texture. Like, I can go get me an afro wig if I want. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so all that just to find out that it wasn't real.
Exactly. And that's why she was insecure about the comment, because like if it wasn't like somebody say something about my wig, I know it's a wig. I ain't gonna trip. It's only, and I know that I could take my wig off and wear my hair if I want to too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which she can too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like somebody says something about me wearing a wig, like I'm not going to be so offended about it. I even make jokes all the time. I posted a video one time when I was taking my wig off. I was about to swap wigs. And I did the famous line from Friday, like, I ate twice before I came. Snatch my wig off. That's my favorite thing to do when I'm taking my wig off, especially when I put a pop on. When I have the pop on wig, I just put a wig on with a hat. I love doing that.
It's disappointing to hear that it was a wig that she had on, because I was like, okay, people keep clowning her, but she looks good and she embraces it,
Yeah, but that's the reason why she didn't embrace it. Like, I would have embraced the nest. I would have came out with a whole nest hair care line or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, capitalize off of it or something. Like, why are you so angry is because it's not your real nest.
Makes sense now.
Exactly.
So shortly after this, you and your mother, Sonia, pick a room along with Sashana and Louisa.
Yeah,
And
Louisa.
recently, there's some tension between you and Sashana. So was there any beef with you guys prior to filming, or was this something specific that turned you off from her the first night?
Let me tell you, it was something that happened completely off camera, and then they put us in the room together. You know what I mean? On purpose. Mm-hmm. Yeah, on purpose. They put us in the room together. And what it was is, and I'll tell you the truth, the background story on me. So we were at the photo shoot and we were shooting all day long, like in heels. It's hot, no air conditioning. I compare it to drunk bitches at the club, right? It's crowded and they accidentally spilled a drink or step on your shoe and you want to get pop out. What the fuck?
Okay, yeah.
That's what was going on. Okay. Mm-hmm. So like me and my mom kept calling Slim firecracker the whole day, because we didn't know each other's names, but we kept seeing her going off on people, like, and she's so little, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, she's a little firecracker. And so there was one point in the photo shoot where she was standing right next to me, and I forget what I asked her. I think I asked her if I was stepping on her, or so. I don't know what I asked her, but I forget. But she turned around and turned up on me too in front of everybody. Yeah,
she's a little firecracker.
But like, exactly, firecracker. Yeah, and I'm like, I just asked you a question. So I turned up back because I'm the type, like, I don't like to feel like I'm being fronted out in front of everybody. Everybody was there. Everybody's seen it. Like, I wasn't just about to let her just go off on me for no reason. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't, I wouldn't even necessarily say it was like trying to punk me or anything like that. She was just already on edge all the whole time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, she was already like, on edge, and then and then me, you know what I mean, right there, asked her a question, she went off, and then I went off back. So of course, and it was in front of everybody. So of course they put us in the room together.
Yeah, and that shit got heated. I mean, you guys almost came to blows, and she was in your face. So what was going through your mind when that happened? Like, I don't know if you were trying to instigate a fight with her because of what happened prior.
No, I was just being petty to her because of what happened prior. And I felt like, you know what I mean? Like, I felt fronted out. I'm the youngest child out of 6 kids. And so I always used to feel like I always have to prove myself. You know what I mean? Like, especially like my older brothers and sisters and stuff, like try to like sun me in front of people and shit. That shit irks the fuck out of me. And so I felt like I needed to get my shit back. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why I was being petty in the room. And then like, she's getting in my face. I'm like, you know, like, we ain't just gonna keep yelling at each other. We gonna fight or what? But I really didn't want to fight her. Like, you know what I mean? So you could tell like we wasn't trying to fight, like just pushed her on my face. Like, you know, and then honestly, like, even with that scene, a lot of it was edited out. A lot was edited out. Like Louisa, it was not 2-on-1. Louisa just was not giving what she needed to give, and they didn't use any of her film. You know what I mean? So it looked like me and my mom was going against Slim. You know what I mean? And whatever it is, what it is. But
yeah, I'm glad that, like, this is why, another reason why I love doing these interviews is getting to know what happens that the cameras don't catch or that they don't put in the actual show. Because for us viewers, you know, we're watching that and we're just seeing you like come at her and we're like, whoa, like, you know, this came out of nowhere. And I know you watching it back, you're like, that probably makes you so mad. Like, seriously, y'all didn't put in that one part because the cameras weren't there, I'm assuming, like you said. And it's like, that must be frustrating. It's like, way to make me just look like an asshole for no reason.
Yeah, exactly.
While all that is going on, in another room, Rolly, Maria, and Gabriella are going at it with each other because Gabriella bumps Rolly off a bed. What did you think when you were watching it back compared to when you heard about it in the house?
When I was watching it back, I was a little upset at the cameras because if you notice, the angle of the camera were like looking at the ceiling. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Out of all the footage you could have used, you put that right there. Like, We didn't see her get bumped off the bed, but I definitely know she got bumped off the bed. But watching it was just dumb. And like and I know it was more to it why she was in Maria's space and took off on Maria first and not Gabby, but they didn't show that. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't in the room, so I don't really know. And then like when Broly explained it to me, you know, when you're in the heat of the moment, like you don't remember every little thing, but I know that there was something, the reason why she took off on Maria and not Gabby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I was a little disappointed in that. Like, you know, it made Broly look like she was starting shit and like making up rumors, and it made her look like she went for the smaller sister. But you know what I mean? Like I know there's a reason behind that.
And that camera thing, I felt the exact same way when watching that back, because I'm a camera operator. So watching that, look at the ceiling, and I'm like, come on. All you had to do was just hold that camera straight and we would have seen exactly what happened.
But that wasn't the only camera rolling though.
Yeah.
You know, they have like 2 or 3 cameras for different angles. You know what I mean? So it's like, why?
You do it on purpose?
I mean, now watching everything, I'm like, yeah, they strategically put stuff where they want it to be to, you know.
I like to think that after watching so many shows like this, like reality TV, production knows what they're doing with every single decision that they make. Like you said, it's a strategic move. They know what they want to do for their storyline. Like even if there's beef that's naturally going on, they will make sure that new stuff happens on their time. You know?
Exactly.
So Charisse actually started inserting herself into the chaos between Rolly and the sisters. Did you feel like she had a right to speak up since it was her room, or did you think that she was doing a little too much?
She was doing too much. Just period. Like I'm a realist. Like I'm gonna right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? Because I like Charisse. I have no problems with her. She's actually one of the people that I liked in house too. You know what I mean? We didn't really hang out and stuff, but when we did chop it up, I liked her. But all I could say is she understood the assignment.
I heard from Maria and Gabriella when I did that live on Instagram with them that she's like, Charisse is always the way she is. Is that how you saw her too? Like, you know, like the bougie side of her, always doing that sexy walk.
Yeah, she is. She's really bad and bougie.
At least she's 100% and authentic with it.
Yeah, no, she's really bad and bougie.
Okay.
And ain't nothing wrong.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, of course. I was just wondering, like, when I asked them, I was like, was it for the cameras? And they're like, no, she's legit like that. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And I can 100% respect that.
Yeah, she's legit like that. When I first met her, yeah, I met her at the photo shoot. Okay,
so we got to get into it a little bit. Because I gotta try and get some information from you if you know any. You know, it might be a rumor, but Rolly claimed that after taking Gabriella out for her birthday, she witnessed Gabriella bring 2 guys up to her hotel room for her and her sister till the next morning. She shows Chance footage of those said guys leaving the hotel. However, Chance didn't seem that he was taking it seriously. So did you witness any of this happening?
I have to be completely honest with you here, okay? I was not there. I'm a local, so I was at my house. I just heard about it the next day, saw the same footage that they showed. There was more footage than that, though. But they just showed the footage. It wasn't incriminating footage, though. The footage that they decided to show was just only them standing outside. So like they could have been anybody, but like it was obvious that they knew them, but like it wasn't really incriminating.
Okay.
But I heard about it, and other people that were there did confirm that information to be true. Even Biggie and Maria confirmed it to be true. They just never put it out there online. But I mean, if you notice, she said it in her confessional. She's like, I'm a badass bitch. I have friends everywhere. So she claims to have known these guys already. But it just doesn't, it's just not a good look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just not a good look. Like, you could have waited to link up with your friends another time. Like, so.
Okay, so do you like believe that it was anything sexual, or you really just think that it was friends?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you because remember we were having our conversation on IG and I was telling you about I wanted to hold off on trying to like spill tea and be
Yeah, if you
petty.
want, we can totally.
But no. I'm gonna be honest though. Like I'm
Okay.
at the end of the day, I'm a real ass person. And you'll see that in the next episode as well. Like you know what I mean? Right is right. If I like you or not, I'm still gonna speak the truth on how
Right.
I feel about a situation. So knowing Biggie for the time that I have in the house, witnessing things that have happened, you know what I mean, off camera, I have bore witness to. I would have to say my opinion would be, yeah, something sexual happened. And that I could be wrong. You know, that's why I said it's my opinion that just based off of the knowledge that I have from the experience that I've had with her.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure something did happen. Like they say one person say something about you, you could like look the other way. But if multiple people are saying the same thing and you keep getting caught in compromising situations, I don't believe in coincidences, honey.
Whew. I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want to make it seem like, we're just making stuff up. So I want to move forward because eventually maybe I'll hear from their mouth, exactly what happened.
Right.
And so Rolly starts recapping that situation, what went down between her and the sisters to a few of the ladies, and Charisse threw a piece of chicken at Rolly. Did that make you think any differently of her at the time?
So look, here's the thing. Like I understand that some people are there with different agendas sometimes, you know what I mean? And they just know how this shit goes. Like, yeah, it's a dating show. It's a competition. We're there to win Chance's heart, right? But we are still there to do a job and to entertain the people. So if you're not entertaining, nobody's going to watch, right? So that's what I took it as, when Charisse inserted herself into that, because that was very childish and dumb. And it's like, now we're all caught in the middle of a fucking food fight for what?
Yeah. Yeah, because at first it's like, like you said, it's just entertainment. Piece of chicken, cool, whatever, that's funny. And then it turns into a little bit more because Gabriella throws the Twinkie at Rolly. It's crazy in that kitchen because it turns into Rolly, Tokyo, Gabriella, Maria, all of them. And chips start getting thrown, glass starts getting thrown, liquor. And like this was the first.
The same thing with Louisa.
Yeah.
The same thing with Baby Ruth. She throws a fucking cup of alcohol or some wine. I don't know what the hell she threw, but she threw a cup of red liquid, and it got all over everybody. Luckily, I didn't get hit, but I just thought that was stupid. And it was like, what did you throw something for? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and like with all that happening on night one, were you like, what the fuck did I sign up for? Because that was just like a whole lot of craziness in one room. Like, I mean, even security was screaming, like, you guys need to calm down.
Yeah. I was thinking like, I knew I signed up for this and I knew like it's gonna be some drama, but I didn't think that it would be like super chaotic like that. But I can't say that it did calm down. That was like the only time it was like super, like just a big rumble brawl like that. You know what I mean? But what I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, so everybody is showing out for the cameras right now. Like it's the first night and everybody's making sure that they don't go home or something. I don't know. Like,
but Yodela said in one of her interviews, I think, that someone threw a candle. Did you hear who threw that by any chance?
No.
It
was so much stuff being thrown. I don't even know. I didn't even know Cookie was thrown.
Yeah, there was stuff being thrown like every 2 seconds.
Just crazy.
And then like the glass bowl by Gabriella.
It's like, why? It's like, my thing is, when I'm going to fight somebody, I'm going to make sure I have space and opportunity to do it, right? So it's like, I don't know. I've just always been more calculated when it comes turn to boxing someone and fighting them. Like you gotta, I guess it comes from being from the hood and being street smart. You know what I mean? Like you don't just run up to you don't just pull up to somebody's house and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like I'm never gonna try and charge someone with that many group. It's a big group of people. Like I know at least 3 people gonna stop me before I get to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like
You could have like 10 seconds before security gets to you if you really want to fight.
Exactly. So it's like I would create a different type of space and situation, and it would mainly probably be off camera because it's too many people around when you're filming all the production. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, so that's how you could differentiate what's for TV and what's not.
Right. And did you think by any chance, did you think that Gabriella deserved to be sent home for throwing the glass bowl? And do you think that?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like she deserved to be disqualified for that. Like, honestly, I feel like, why is there even glass in here in the first place? Like, why y'all didn't remove all the glass in the first place? Because y'all know what's about to happen. People gonna throw stuff. That's inevitable.
Okay, so you think that Tokyo's reaction to all of that was justified, right?
Yeah, it was.
I would have flipped out.
I would have flipped out too. She had a mark on her eye.
So it did hit her.
It did hit her. Yeah, she had a mark on her eye. Luckily, she's really good at doing her makeup, because I'd be pissed. I got to film and be on TV with a fucking black eye because you want to throw glass.
And Chance had to come downstairs and tell you guys to go to your rooms like little kids. How did that make you feel?
Being sent to our rooms like a little kid, like
and you didn't even do anything.
Yeah, and that's what I was like, I didn't even throw shit. Nigga, right. Like, but whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, he sent us to our room like a little kid. Like, but I mean, I understand, like, it was just too much going on. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's just like all gathered here and everybody's fighting everybody. Nobody knows why. Like, and then what's so even more crazy is like everybody just met each other. So why do you hate each other so much? So much. I understand like being petty. Like, yeah, I was being petty to Slim. You know what I mean? But we had our little situation. And so I wasn't sitting here trying to like inflict pain on the girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just being petty, getting my petty back. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that doesn't compare
like, you know
to what was going on in the kitchen.
That's what I didn't understand. Like, we don't fucking know each other. Like, why do you guys hate each other so fucking much?
Yeah, that was a lot. And it took a while for it to calm down.
It did take a long time.
So shortly after that, you know, Stormy, the whole hair situation with Chance, because he comments about her hair, calls her a bird's nest. She gets super offended by that. Now, knowing that you already, you know, you saw her put that hair on, you saw that it wasn't hers.
I didn't know at this time.
Okay, so you didn't know yet.
Yeah, no, I didn't know yet.
Okay, so at that time, since you didn't know, did you understand where she was coming from, or did you think that she was blowing all of that out of proportion?
So yeah and no, like I understand both sides of the spectrum. So I understand exactly where she's coming from, because who wants to be put on the spot like that? And right now, like, it's just barely a new thing where Black women are embracing our natural hair, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and it's becoming acceptable. Even though I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger in high school, I used to wear my afro all the time. Like, you know what I mean? But maybe because it was accepted in the Bay, because we used to get hypey and go dumb and shake our hair and stuff, you know? Yeah. So that wasn't they accepted my afro, but it's a new thing. It's just getting accepted. So, you know what I mean? Like, so nobody wants to be like put on the spot and made, fun of right. Something that's still such a sensitive subject.
Of course.
Definitely understand that. But on the flip side, this is a comedy show. This nigga cracks jokes on everybody. And then me and Stormy was just having this conversation prior to at the photo shoot. We were talking about, different shit. Like we brought up the Flavor Flav situation when the girl took a shit on the floor, right? So we're like, you want to do stuff to stand out, but what do you want to stand out for? You want to be the girl known to take a shit on the floor? Or, you know what I mean? This was the conversation me and Stormy was having. So you already know the risk that you're running when, you know what I mean, you make these statements. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we love you for making the statement of the natural hair, even if it was a wig. You know what I mean? But still, you run the risk and you know what you signed up for. So, you know what I mean? But she did a really great job in her confessionals and, you know what I mean, flipping it. You know what I mean? Like, so I commend her on that. But to be so sensitive about it in real life, it just shows that she has a little insecurities going on still.
Yeah. Yeah, damn. I mean, like if I if I saw that and I would have totally been on her side and been like, that's a little disrespectful, especially when she told him like, I don't like that. I get it, you make jokes, but it's a little too much, I embrace my hair. And then when she took her hair off, I would have been like, you just played us all for a fool.
No, I didn't see her take it off.
Yeah.
But I wear wigs, so I know
Yeah.
a lace front when I see one. And Stoney even said that she's asked her to help her, tack her wig down before, like, you know what I mean? So like as we're getting ready, I could see it, like I know what lace front looks like.
Okay, got you. So Chance has a sit down with all of you ladies and tries to end some of the tension and get to the bottom as to why there was so much drama on night one. Were you upset that he felt the need to postpone the nickname ceremony in order to clear his head?
I was a little bit, honestly, but filming took so long that I wasn't that bummed out about it because I could use the rest anyways. Like it took forever, like, you know what I mean? Like, especially with all the fighting and stuff like that, like you have to stop and, it's just, it was exhausting. So I didn't mind it. Like, so I could be like, fresh, new outfit, like, so I mean, kind of, no.
With all the drama that happened during night one, there were a few ladies that, took a step back, didn't partake anything, which is good. Like Nadi, Danny, Rosie, Louisa, and Diamond. So what were your impressions on those ladies? Like, was there any drama that wasn't shown? Or do you feel like they were just staying low key?
I would say they were just being low key.
Okay.
Which is nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were just super chill that night.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's the next day, and of course, the drama finds its way into the conversation when Shoshana expresses being upset over the kitchen fight the night prior, and Yodela, Maria, and Gabriella didn't feel like she had a right to be upset because it didn't involve her. What were your thoughts during this exchange?
So I know that scene was edited a lot.
Was it all set up?
It was not necessarily that it was a setup, but it was edited a lot out. It made it seem like Slim just, went off randomly. Like, it was a buildup. It definitely was a buildup. They just didn't use that part of the, scene. But I get what Slim was saying. And before she got all riled up, what they didn't show, you know what I mean? Like, she was just pretty much telling them, like, she threw, she was pretty much sticking up for Louisa. Louisa said she wasn't, but she was. She was pretty much telling her, like, if something hit you, you would have picked up something and threw it back too. Like, pretty much justifying Louisa's actions. Like, it doesn't matter what it was. If she had it, she threw it. Like, you would have did the same thing. And they were like pretty much going against her, telling her whatever they were telling her, disagreeing, and she was getting upset about it. You know what I mean? And that's when she started going off, and they're just doing their thing or whatever.
Yeah, I totally get that. And not only that, but you guys just got into this house and you're going to be living in there. And on night one, you're destroying it. It's like glass is being broken, so you probably can't walk in that kitchen until production cleans it up. You're being sent to your rooms, shunned like little kids. It's like, come on, what are we doing here? Like, are we here for a dating show, or we're here to literally just like fight every day? So yeah, I can get that. So Shoshana calls out Maria, Gabriella, Stoney, and Khadijah for following Yodela. Did you or any of the girls pick up on this, or did you think that she was kind of reaching?
Yeah, we did. let me not say we did. I'll let whenever you interview and talk to the other girls, they'll tell you their own experiences. I can only just tell you mine. So I did pick up on, they kind of like stuck to her and whatever she had going on, and whoever she didn't like, they didn't like. And they pretty much kind of clicked up on talking about people.
Okay.
That's what they pretty much did. They like clicked up and like was just talking about everybody and whatever.
Did that make you feel any type of way towards them for doing that?
Not really, and not until I started hearing that they were talking shit about me. Because from what I knew, like the people that they would talk shit about and what I would hear them talk, who I would hear them talking shit about would be people that they like actually like had whatever little fake drama they had in the house. I never had no problems with none of them. So like there was no reason for them to be talking shit about me. So I never really thought about it. But then like, I never really like, it never crossed my mind that they would be talking about me or whatever. And I normally wouldn't even care in real life. Like everybody talks about everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, y'all ain't saying nothing that I ain't heard before or worse. Like, you know what I mean? So, but it was just for the simple fact that like, they were like, kind of like on like bully status, you know what I mean? And especially knowing how it was before they clicked up, because they didn't go into that house knowing each other. The sisters were the only people that like knew each other, and like me and my mom, like, you know what I mean? Like right. Nobody knew each other. And so it was just very weird. And it was very weird how the energy changed. Like you see how Gabriella was in the live, like she had this whole different energy, right? So, they cut stuff out, they edit things out. So there's a lot of stuff that they didn't show you guys. But, there was a time period in between when, what's her name? Tokyo got hit with the glass. Uh-huh. And then even after, they didn't even show when they were like apologizing, damn near in tears, apologizing to Tokyo for hitting her with that glass. And they were in the room for like 2 days, wouldn't even want to come outside. They were scared of Tokyo and Rolly. Just because they had problems with Rolly, and then they accidentally created problems with Tokyo because they didn't mean to hit her with, they were throwing shit, but it hit Tokyo. But then once they started hanging out with Yodela and they formed this little girl gang, it was just a different energy, and I just don't respect shit like that.
Yeah. And there was another situation that happened off camera where Rolly claims that they were talking about her child, and Maria says that Rolly started throwing water bottles and candles and honey because of what they said. Did you witness any of that, or can you confirm that they actually talked about her child?
I can't confirm any of that because I wasn't right there. I was outside smoking, but I can't confirm what was thrown or what was said. I just know what was told to me. And what was told to me was what was told to everybody else. I saw on the show, and I saw one of the girls say something like, she said something like she said I have an STD, so I talked about her kid or something. But then again, knowing how they edit stuff, I don't know if that's how it was said in that content. So I just would go ahead and pass on that. I can't confirm.
Yeah. Okay. Because I mean, like literally right after that, all the stuff ensues again, where she goes into the kitchen, starts like throwing a chair or attempts to. Security pulled it back, caught it with his hands. So like, what was your reaction to all of that happening again right after the night before with everything in the kitchen?
So can I be honest with you? That didn't happen the next day.
Okay, so was it edited? Weird. So when
I'm not even gonna lie, that happened the same day. I'm gonna just stop. But no, that didn't really happen the next day like that. But it was crazy that shit was still going on. And I was thinking like, why are they still in there talking shit? Like, what is like, when are they gonna let this shit go?
Okay. All right, well then we can move forward from that, because I don't want you, spill too much stuff to where I don't want to get you in trouble or anything.
It's just my thing is here, right? Like, I really don't care to have to work with Zeus again. If they called me and wanted to work with me again, my hope would be that I'm at a status to where I can kind of negotiate my own contract to where I don't have to worry about being fucking blindsided and like, you know what I mean? Like, whoa,
Protect
like, you know what I
yourself.
mean? Like, that's how I feel right now. I feel like I got punched in the face. Like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know y'all was gonna do me like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I don't want to say something and where I'm end up blackballed because I don't know who they're connected with. You know what I mean? And like, I'm still, you know, trying to make it in this industry as well. So
Yeah, and most contracts that are being signed is to protect the network. So that's smart to make sure that the next contract you sign protects yourself as well.
exactly.
Because, you know, like, I mean, I've heard that Zeus is really good with making sure that their crew and casts are taken care of. I know there might be other stuff that happens that we don't know about, like something that you might be talking about, but a lot of other networks I know just don't give a shit and they just care about the fact that they're not liable for anything that happens and they're safe and don't get sued. You know?
Now I can say this, Zeus, their their best interest is them, right? Of course, their business and thing that's going on like that. But I can say compared to like other network and production companies, they did take care of their talent a little bit better.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you're smart with that. And I'm also glad that they took decent care of you. I mean, again, I don't know exactly what happened, but
I mean, of course they could have. I feel like they could have did better. I'm not
yeah,
gonna give them all their props and kudos and stuff like that. But but they do. They did take care of their talent. I'm not gonna. You know, they did better than other companies
okay,
that I've heard
good to know.
about.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right, so let's get back into it. So, you and your mother, Sonia, are sitting down with Rolly, Tokyo, and Stormy, and you recapped the first night. At this point, did you see yourself kicking it with these girls, or were you still unsure about the three of them?
I actually liked them. Um, Broly and Tokyo and Stormy. Stormy was right there in the scene with us too. She was sitting outside with us. Remember I told you like Stormy would, you know, like at first like it was so many girls, there wasn't enough room for everybody. So like we're like getting ready everywhere. Like
Yeah,
girls are getting ready in the front bathroom, like the little half bathroom. There was like mirrors everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was crazy. Like, you know, so but yeah, like Tokyo and Broly were, some of the girls that like I kind of got a little closer to, like connected with a little bit more. I
okay.
wouldn't say it's like a girl group or a crew or anything like that because, I'm like cool with everybody, but
Yeah, not like
they're
Yola and the sisters and stuff.
yeah, no, it wasn't like that. Like we weren't a crew. We didn't hang out all the time together. There was times when me and Rolly just chilled. You know what I mean? There's times me and Tokyo just chilled. Like there's time they'd chill without me. Like, I'm a
Yeah,
local. I have a cat. I come check on my cat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so you know what I mean? Like we all had our own little things going on and then like we'd come together sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Like so and then they're more my age group too. Like, so yeah, so it just made more sense.
yeah. At least you knew that there were some people in the house that you could click with and talk to whenever you need someone to talk to.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, because you're there with your mom, but I'm sure at some points, like you said, you and your mom butt heads. So you might want to just be like, all right, let me get away for a second. Let me hang out with somebody else. I'm not,
Right. Yeah. And then there was times my mom be kicking it, chilling,
yeah.
without me. Doing our
Yeah.
own thing. Like we had fun. I had fun. And
Good.
that's the bottom line of it all.
Good. And finally, we get to the nickname ceremony. And as much as I'd like to, I'm sure we do not have enough time to recap every single girl individually and what their nicknames were. But did
I
any
know
of
it's
them?
a lot of girls.
Yeah, there are a ton. But did any stand out to you? And were there any that you felt were questionable?
Flat back was the funniest one. I'm sorry. And I'm mad that they edited out what she really said when he called her flatback because it was funny as fuck. And that's when I really liked flatback. I was like, Rosie, I was like, she's funny as fuck. Like, because I like this group of girls because they weren't afraid to talk shit back to him. Like, nigga, you're not about to just be clowning me on TV, nigga. Like, I'm gonna clown you back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I fucked with that. And so when he called her flat back, she was like, you got me fucked up. I was dying. And and low key, like I was, yeah, that shit was funny. So yeah, flatback stood out. I'm trying to think of another one that was good. I'm not gonna lie, I like Biggie Smalls. That was cute to me. Like I thought it was small. I remember asking her after that too, because we didn't have no problems. I remember asking, I was like, you guys like your names? And then she didn't like her name because she didn't like being called big. Because he also had like, he was going through names, he was trying to figure it out. He's like Thick and Thin, Biggie Smalls. And then she was like, I would have rather been called Thick and Thin. And that was a cute name too, but I like Biggie Smalls too. I told her, I was like, well, you are the big sister, because she's older than Maria. So I was like, look at it like that. Like you're the big sister, she's the little sister. You know what I mean? Like, but she don't like being called big. So I like Biggie Smalls. I'm trying to think of another one. Skittles that was a good name for her, because she did have like all the colorful hair. Yeah. The first day she had the like half red, half black. Yeah. Yeah, she would change her wigs up. So that was a good name for her.
There's a lot.
I know there's a lot of names. I'm trying to think.
Again, I have like the list up. I mean, Fluffy, Danny Dashian, Bad and Bougie, Brown Sugar.
I like Brown Sugar's name. That was really cute.
Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth was funny as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, we already knew Roly Poly Snack Meals. Yeah,
Roly Poly Snack Meals. She kept her name. I like her name. She got a whole full name. She got a first, middle, and last name.
When you were going to get your nickname, Roly actually cut in front of you, and we saw you guys like go back and forth a little bit. How did that upset you? And were you shocked? Did you feel disrespected?
No, I didn't. I wasn't shocked or disrespected or anything. Like I thought it was funny, and I just, I thought it was funny, and I just, went along with it. I didn't just let her cut me. I was just like, I'm gonna just talk my shit, you know what I mean? And so it's just like, I just felt like it was my time to, somebody do something petty to me on camera, because I was petty to somebody else on camera. So like, I didn't think nothing of it, like, to be honest with you. I thought it was funny, and I just went along with it.
Yeah, you took it well. And I mean, you guys were cool at that point, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you feel about yours and your mom's nickname?
I actually really like my mom's nickname, because Grantee is actually a thing. Like I've heard somebody refer to themselves as a Grantee because they were the great auntie, like like your auntie's mom or whatever. Oh, yeah. Like your grandma's sister. Like so I thought that was really cool, because I kept telling my mom, I'm like, you gonna give them auntie vibes, like auntie vibes. You know what I mean? Yeah. And she is a grandma. My mom has lots of grandkids, so like so I really like my mom's name. Grantee was really cute. Dottie. I like Dottie. I didn't think that they would do it like that, like make me and my mom's name similar. You know what I mean? And then they cut out that little jingle that he did too. Like they edited it out. But yeah, he was like, Lottie Dottie, we like to party. So I was like, I like it. That's dope, And so yeah, so our names are cool. I thought I would have probably got something different, but it could have been worse. Oh, it could have been worse. So
yeah, you guys got it easy.
Yeah, that's what I was like, I was like, oh, it could have been worse.
Yeah, it's like, let me not say anything before he
could have called me armpits. My armpits were sweaty that day. Because my ass wanted to be like sexy, sophisticated. Because like they also cut out the part where he announced that I work for Allstate. Like I sell insurance and stuff. And so like when he asked me like how, like they cut out a lot of stuff, I told him I'm 32. I'm a mother. I sell financial products. I didn't really want to put Allstate brand out there, but he did it. But they cut it out, and I was actually glad that they did, because I didn't really want to I didn't want to associate the Allstate brand with this ratchet ass show. Like you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to, because I still have that license, and like that's still gonna be a stream of income for me. You know what I mean? Like yeah, and I might be. I'm not gonna lie. I might open up contract with Allstate and get my own office. I don't know. But I won't run it. I'll probably like have other people do it for me. But I just didn't want to tarnish my relationship with Allstate if I decided to work with them in the future still. So so I'm glad I didn't do that. But but yeah, I started, I was explaining that to myself. And but I wanted to be, I'm 32. I never lied about my age or anything like that. I'm very proud about my age, where I'm at, what I got going on. You know what I mean? So when they told me to wear an outfit that showed my personality, I'm like, I'm gonna wear something sexy, sophisticated, because that's me. So I had the blouse on with the leather skirt, and I was sweating. I was hot. I was under those lights and turned the air conditioner off. And I sweat a lot. I'm sweating right
Natural.
now.
It's
And
natural.
you know what I mean? Like, I got a perspiration problem. Somebody
Yeah.
told me to get Botox in my armpits. I was like, I'm gonna try that. Like, I didn't know
I've heard of that. Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that, because I have a perspiration problem. I'm sorry.
Oh, you can literally get that
right
fixed
now. Like,
I mean, that's the one time I think I would be down for Botox.
yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm getting a little smile line right here. I was thinking about a little something. I don't
Don't
know.
need it. You look great. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course.
But yeah, no, he could have called me armpits or something. So
yeah, like y'all got it easy.
I was like one of the last people to go. Like, oh my God. And then I had to do that scene with Rolly, like, and then my feet were hurting. Like, it was just a hot mess. And like, I just felt like I pulled it together. Like, I look good. Like, and you should imagine, I was bitching right before I walked up, because I was mad that I was standing on those stairs for that long. My feet were swollen from those those straps. And I'm a surgeon at walking and standing in heels, but I never had to stand on those stairs for 3 hours like that.
That's how it took.
I'm actually being nice. It was probably longer than that, but I'm just gonna say 3 hours. But
Yeah.
my feet were swollen, and I was tired, and I was hot. I didn't even wait. Like, they didn't even show when the girls walked off. But if they did show when the girls walked off, you would not have seen me, because after my scene, I left and went and took off my shoes and laid down. I even think I took my shirt off, and I was just, because I was hot and tired. Like, I was over it.
I'm assuming that you guys have to, like, in the middle of those scenes, like eliminations and stuff like that, have to do some retakes and stuff for certain lines that like Chance says. Did you guys do that, or was it all like one take?
Well, sometimes, no, it's not. Sometimes we do, because, like, if you notice, the elimination ceremony is outside, and there was a night where we kept having to stop because the helicopters, and then like the Burbank airport is not too far from there, like about a good 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
So like you could hear the airplanes going over, so we'd have to stop for sound purposes and things like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then like we're in a residential area. Like, yeah, it's a $4.5 million home, but they're still neighbors. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the neighbors are far away, but it's still like stuff going on in the neighborhood, and we could hear it. So like sometimes we would have to stop.
Okay.
And yeah, and like even in the naming ceremony, like the air conditioner was on, but then they kept noticing that it was messing with the sound, so they had to turn it off. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, so that's why we were all hot and sweaty. If you look like there's a blog page, Who's Hottest Tea. Yep. Janessa confirmed it in the comments, because they were like talking shit, going back and forth. And this is why I say Yodela, those girls follow behind Yodela. Yodela comes like 5 days later talking about, oh, it wasn't even hot that day. I had a blanket on the stairs. And then here comes Khadijah and Stoney, I think, and I don't know. It's like 3 other girls that hopped in the comments, talk about something. It was cold. She really had a blanket, blah, blah, blah. And then Janessa comes in and was like, it was normally cold, but that day, that particular scene, we had to turn the air off, and it was really hot. So it's like, come on, like, just shut up. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's so annoying. Like, why are you guys lying? Like, to kick it, like, talk about some real shit. Talk about my acne. Yeah, I got acne. I got bad acne. Like, I was sweating. Like, that was a good one. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know. Like, it was just stupid. Like, just childish as dumb shit.
Yeah, that's petty. Oh, I don't know how you dealt with the air conditioning being off. I would be dying. And with all those lights. That
time. Normally it was chilly in the house because they had the air on, like, but it was that, but for that scene when we did the naming ceremony, but that's why we did the eliminations outside, because it was hot and the air, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah, and for that long too, with all those lights on you, no air conditioning.
It was, do you know, it was 18 girls.
Yeah.
And like, and the name, and then when, like, the way they chopped it up, it doesn't look like we were down there for that long, but we were. It was all kind of shit he was saying, and we was saying back, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember when I gave him the crystals. Speaking of crystals, I have my crystals right here.
Oh,
like my stage. Yeah, I keep them with me. But yeah, I remember when I gave him my rose quartz, and that was actually my personal rose quartz crystal, because like it's actually better when like someone gives them to you, like, but it has to be like out of true intention. And I really did give them that crystal out of it. The rose quartz is the love crystal, like it brings you unconditional love and things like that. And like I thought it would be a really good idea to share that with him. You know what I mean? Like that's the journey that I've been on, crystal healing. And and I gave him my rose quartz or whatever. He was joking around with me. He was like, I really like this. And he was like, but I just got to make sure you're not a witch. And I started laughing. I was like, oh my God, I knew you were gonna say that. Like,
yeah.
I was like, everybody always fucking says that. I was like, low key, I was gonna go to the beach tonight because it's a full moon. I was gonna go church. But it's not witchcraft. Like if you think about it, like religion is witchcraft too, if you want to say that. Like,
yeah, you're not slapping a voodoo doll.
No, hell no.
Yeah, you're not slapping a voodoo doll. It's like
I don't do. Yeah, like it's nothing for bad. Like the type of person I am, I'm like, whatever makes you a better person and makes you strive in life, do that shit. I got family that's Jehovah's Witnesses, Baptist. My granny's a Catholic. That's why I don't really do religion, because it's too confusing for me. Like it's too much. It's too many of them. You know what I mean? So I do what works for me.
So did you feel like when you gave those to him that it was a little unappreciated or like underappreciated?
No, I actually didn't. I actually really liked his reaction. They didn't really get all of it, but he because at first see, it was so funny too. Like I'm so mad that they cut it out, because like if you notice on Real Chance of Love, the girl, he named her Stalker. Remember there was a stalker on there?
Yeah.
Because she brought him a clock. I was watching like, girl, why would you bring him that clock? Like, is he Flavor Flav? Like that shit was so dumb and unoriginal. Right. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, I'm gonna bring him a gift, but I'm gonna bring him something that is true and dear to me, and it's what's working for me. I know, he's been dealing with a lot of stuff with the passing of his brother, and then and just knowing how it is being in this industry, and he's been off the scene for a little bit and coming back on, and I just know, like, I've been trying to break into the industry for a while, like, so it's like I thought that it would be a great thing to share that with him. And I liked his reaction. But when he first got it, when I was like, I got you a gift, he's like, hold on, let me, because the people give me clocks and stuff. I was like, no, don't do me like that. I was like, you're trying to clown you. I'm not about to bring you no clock, bro.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, and I was like, you want to see what it, I was like, you want to see what it is? And so I pulled it out. I was like, it's a rose quartz crystal. I'm like, I'm into crystal healing, and this is the love crystal. It brings you unconditional love and self-love, and and he was like, oh, I like that. Let me see. And I really liked his reaction. They just didn't show it all. And then he was like, I like that, but I'm just worried I'm not dealing with a witch. And I was like, this nigga.
You got it good though.
To it because I hear it all the time. Like I joke about it. Like I post memes about it. Like witches be like, it's a full night, it's a full moon, we outside tonight. Like,
See, at least you got it good though. Like you got a good nickname. He reacted right to that. So I mean, like we said, like it could have been worse, and he could have really clowned you. But you carried yourself right. You knew how to talk to him. You introduced yourself properly, so you're good. And so quickly after that, or at least what it seems to us, after the nickname ceremony comes the elimination, where he sends home Louisa. Do you feel like it was her time to go, or did you think somebody else should have gone in place of her? If so, who?